Welcome to AU In View, a production of the Aurora University Communication program. We bring you the people and events of the Aurora University community. I'm Pietro.
And I'm Jessica, and we'll be your host for this episode. Today we'll be talking to Brandy Skierkiewicz, the Director of Student Engagement here at Aurora University, as well as talking with Dennis Young from AU's track and field team. We also have a special segment today, Beyond the Caf, where we will be giving you some ideas of some foods that you can make in your own dorm rooms. But first, let's go over the latest news. This week is Human Rights Awareness Week. The Human Rights Organization's goal is to work for the awareness, protection, and advocacy of all human rights for all people. On campus this week, members of the group will be in the Dunham Atrium helping inform people about the rights to freedom, peace, love, and wellness. Some of the events they are putting on as well are hosting keynote speaker Chris Baker on Wednesday night at 7:30 in UVH, as well as a mental health empowerment open panel discussion on Thursday at 5 in Stevens Room 111. Also, they'll be hosting an ice cream social and dance Friday night at 5 in the Spartan Spot. Stop by for some ice cream and music to support the Human Rights Organization.
In other news, the Activities Programming Board is hosting comedian Khalees Hawkins. Khalees has been featured on MTV's Girl Code and Last Comic Standing, featured as a panelist on Louis Black's The Root of All Evil, a finalist in NBC's Stand Up for Diversity competition, and a semifinalist in New York's Comedy Festival, Funniest Comedian in New York. If you want a good laugh, be there Wednesday night at 10 p.m. in the University Banquet Hall.
On Friday night, Aurora University's communication student Brandy Armstrong will be hosting a spring fashion show at 7 p.m. in the University Banquet Hall. Clothing from the stores Jose Bank, Akira, and Apricot Lane will be featured in the fashion show. Students from Aurora University will be modeling the clothing. All the proceeds will go to houses for endangered and lost pets. Come out to support a great cause and your fellow Aurora University students.
Here at AU, we have many clubs and activities that students can get involved in. Today, we have Brandy Skierkiewicz, the Director of Student Engagement, to talk about the variety of different options students have here at AU, so everyone has a chance to get involved. How are you doing today, Brandy?
Great, thanks.
Good. So right off the bat, what is OSA and what do you guys do?
OSA stands for the Office of Student Activities, and so we are the main location for students to come when they want to get involved on campus. So we oversee all of the student organizations, student government, our main social programming board, which is APB, and also the peer advisors, which are first-year mentors for all of the freshmen.
What are some of the possible clubs that students can get involved in?
Well, right now, it depends on each semester. It's all based on student interest, but we have over 60 student organizations for students to choose from, and some are more general interest kinds of things, so things for fun like a fashion club, which is called Fashion Loves You, or we have a games club for gamers out there. But then we also have more organizations that are specific to different majors, or a specific department as well. So things like the psychology club, if you're a psychology major, would be a really great way to get involved. We also have a criminal justice association for criminal justice majors. So there's really a wide variety of things for students to do.
You mentioned APB and peer advisors. Can you talk a little bit about what those are?
Sure. APB is our Activities Programming Board, and it's the main social programming student group on campus. So the main purpose is that we really just want to provide a lot of fun and entertaining events for students to get involved with while they're here at AU. All of the events that we offer are free to students, which is a really great benefit, and we do things both on and off campus. So we might host airbrush art one day, or tattoo artists one day, or we might take students to a Bulls game. We've taken students to Blue Man Group, Phantom of the Opera, things of that nature. And then we also have comedians and hypnotists and magicians and musicians, and really anything that you can think of we bring for students. And again, one of the best benefits is that it's all free. And peer advisors are the mentors for all freshmen, and so they're upper class students that really guide the freshmen through their entire first year, starting at AU4U over the summer. They also work with the freshmen during Welcome Weekend, which is the orientation for just freshmen. They get to move in on campus before everybody else. And then they work with the freshmen all throughout the first year, answering questions and just being a resource for them.
I know you talked about peer advisors like you just did, but what other type of jobs are available in student activities?
Besides that, APB also hires people to be the chairs for the different events. So you could also work on being a multicultural chair, or maybe you want to be the special events chair and get to help with homecoming or spring fling week, and those are also paid positions, which is really nice. Our office also hires student workers to actually work in the Office of Student Activities, so checking out pool sticks and all of the equipment to help students with all the gaming that they can do down in the spot. Also answering questions for students and checking out paper and paints for the student groups who want to make signs. So we have a lot of different ways to get involved in student activities. Beyond just getting involved, we also do hire student workers.
You've talked a lot, and there's a lot of different things you've mentioned. Which one of those, or of those, what are you specifically in charge in, or what do you oversee?
One of my positions is I get to supervise the peer advisor program, so I get to work with the 26 peer mentors, which I know you know a little bit about.
Thing or two.
So that's a really exciting part of my job because I get to work with really engaging and excited upper class students who really want to give back and help freshmen really enjoy AU as much as they do, which is really great. And then I also do oversee the activities programming board, and I get to oversee the chairs and help them with all of their event planning from start to finish. So that means contracting performers, getting them checks and all of that good stuff, reserving space, and any of those other little details in order to have a successful event. And then my colleague, Megan Russi, she oversees the student government, AUSA, and she's their advisor.
Now, going back to talking about the clubs, is there a way that students can create their own club if there isn't one that exists already?
Sure. Student organizations are 100% based on student involvement, so we really want to make sure that it's whatever students want. So that's why it changes from semester to semester. So all you need is 5 students, so you and 4 friends who are interested in starting an organization and a faculty or staff advisor. You come down to our office and we'll help you get started.
Okay, we have one last question for you. What are a couple quick ways students can get involved in some of these clubs?
All that they need to do is sign on to SpartanNet, which is the student intranet, and they can search for all of the opportunities that we currently have for student organizations, and they can actually join online right then and there. Whoever is in charge of that organization will follow up with them. And if that doesn't work out for them and they'd rather do it face-to-face, they can always come down to the Office of Student Activities in the Spartan spot and talk to myself or Megan Russi, and we'll help them get connected to whatever organization they want to join.
Seems pretty simple. So you heard it. Go to SpartanNet and they'll tell you all about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know all this information is going to be a huge help to me and all the other students here at AU. Now we have a new segment here on AU in View called Beyond the CAF. We'll turn it over to Trey and Adrian to tell you a little more.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the CAF. I am Trey.
And I'm Adrian.
We are here to give you a number of quick and easy recipes that can easily be cooked up in the comfort of your own dorm room.
And today what we're going to be making are ham and eggs, but this time we're going to be doing it in a cup and using a microwave instead of a stove. Since we're now able to use microwaves in our dorm rooms, that's really nice and easy to be able to whip this up. Now, if we don't have a microwave, where else can we find one on the campus?
Well, actually, Adrian, there are actually a number of places here on campus where you can find a microwave. In the Dunham Atrium, for example, there are about 2 microwaves out there that you could use if one's being taken up. And then there are actually 2 microwaves located in the spot as well that you could use.
Excellent. All right, so a few things that you're going to need are a bowl, a fork, of course some eggs, some seasonings. I just like salt and pepper, some ham, some cooking spray so nothing sticks, obviously a microwavable cup, and then I chose some green scallions and also some cheese to top off my my little breakfast here. And later on I'll show you some other things that I like to add as well. So let's go get started.
All right.
What's the first thing I gotta do?
Let's see. What you'll need: a bowl and fork for scrambling. Let's see. Where's the eggs? All right. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to spray the microwavable cup with the vegetable spray.
Okay. Watch out. Should I do it this way?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
All right, that's good. Next, you're gonna want to place the ham in the dish.
Okay. All right. My hands are clean, don't
All
worry.
right, I trust you. I promise you I do.
All right,
right.
so
All right, perfect. That looks perfect. What you're gonna want to do next is you're gonna want to take some of these sprinkled, or some of these diced green onions, and you're gonna want to sprinkle them in there.
all right. Oh, a little jumpy. All right. That should be good.
Next, what you're gonna want to do, if you're kind of squeamish and you don't like germs, you could use a spoon, but since we don't have a spoon, I'm gonna have you just use your hands, and you're gonna want to sprinkle some of that cheese into the cup as well.
All right. How about I just shake it in? It'll be even more sanitary.
That's perfect. Yes, awesome.
Do you like a lot of cheese? Because you're taste testing.
I love cheese. I love cheese. So put as much as you want in there.
Okay.
All right, that's good. So next, what we're gonna do is we are going to take the eggs.
Okay.
And we're gonna beat them together.
All right. And we're using 2?
Yes.
Okay.
2 eggs are fine.
All right.
You could use as many eggs as you want, but 2 with this size cup is probably ideal.
All right. Get these in here. Whoop. Do you know how to do that whole like crack with one hand thing? Because I can't.
I actually don't, but
Maybe we'll do a tutorial one day.
good. We should do just an egg cracking tutorial. So
Absolutely.
what you're
Okay.
going to do next is just mix together, beat the eggs.
Okay.
And you want to get them to obviously to a yellow consistency.
Okay. Are we gonna season our eggs?
You can if you want to.
Okay.
I personally like the natural taste of eggs, but if you want to, you could obviously add in some
I'll add
salt
a
and
little
pepper,
bit of, yeah.
and even butter if you want to.
All right.
So add in as much as you would like.
All right. Just do a little.
Salt.
A little salt.
Nice.
Flip that over for some pepper. Whoop. All right.
Nice.
Mix it up.
Yep. So mix that up a little bit more.
All right.
All right, that looks good. That's the right
that?
consistency. Yeah. So what you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to pour that into the bowl,
Okay.
into the cup. That's good. That looks very good.
All right.
All right,
Spill.
awesome. So next, what you're going to do, we're almost done here, guys.
Okay.
But you're going to want to add in a little bit more green
On
onions
top?
if you want. Yeah, just
Okay.
a little bit more. And then we're going to finish it up with just a little bit more cheese.
Okay. And then it's going straight into microwave?
Yes,
All right.
correct.
How long?
It's going to go into the microwave from about anywhere between 2.5 minutes and 3 minutes.
Okay. Now you also, for those watching, you want to make sure you watch your eggs when they're in there because they do expand and you want to make sure they don't explode in the microwave. So go ahead and put
Okay,
those
awesome. Thank you. I will be right back.
in. Okay. All right. And then I believe we have one already ready for us.
Awesome.
All right. Now do you want
You
any?
can see,
Go ahead.
you can see, guys. You have the
Nice
finished
and
product.
fluffy.
They look wonderful.
And then we could add some toppings if you want.
Let's
I know
see.
you like spicy,
yes,
Trey.
I love spicy,
You might have to twist that open a little.
obviously.
All right, and there's a fork there for you. Let me know how I did.
All right, awesome.
Good? Fluffy? Is it cooked well enough?
Fluffy. Everything is wonderful. My mouth is in heaven right now. Thank you so much.
All right, awesome. Well, you can go ahead and finish that
Oh,
up. And
no,
thank you
I'm
so
going
much
to.
for joining us, and we're going to pass this on, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
With the indoor track and field season coming to a close and the outdoor track and field season starting, here we have Dennis Young today to talk to us about some of the differences between the season, the highlights of the indoor season, and what they're most looking forward to on this upcoming outdoor season. Hi, Dennis. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
All right. So first off, I want to congratulate you guys. I heard men's track team just won conference.
Yeah, and our women did as well. It's,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Our women actually scored. I mean, this is kind of a arbitrary distinction because, for example, Aurora wouldn't score the most points in the SEC or whatever, but our women's team did score the most points out of any team in any conference in the NCAA. So
Okay.
we were mildly excited about that.
I would be very excited about that. Tell me about some of the highlights from that conference meet.
Well, I don't want to give any athletes kind of the short shrift by saying this is the highlight, therefore leaving someone out. But our women's team, and I'll start with them and then transition to the men. Our women's team won every event on the track except for the 5,000, and we also won the triple jump. School records were set in too many events to count. And some big highlights were Lisa Rodriguez and Emily Paul. Lisa's a freshman from Aurora, and Emily is a junior transfer from Somonauk. Were named co-track athletes of the meet. They each won 2 events, and then they were both on the 4x4 100-meter relay. And then Talia Sheedlow was named the field athlete of the meet. And then Talia, our conference doesn't hold a pentathlon, which is the 5 events in one day. But Talia, a week later, set the conference record in the pentathlon.
Wow, that's incredible. So what about the men? What did they bring home?
Right, so the men, and I should mention that for both genders, our head coach, Ryan Chapman, was named NAC Coach of the Year. But the guys, so Devin Thompson was named the field, Devin's a freshman from California. He was named the field athlete of the meet for winning the long jump and the triple jump. And his mark in the long jump that he jumped 5 days later was actually in the top 40 in the United States in Division III. Other events that we won included the mile and the distance medley relay. And I'm dropping an here, but we won quite a few other events, and we won the meet by 60 points over the Milwaukee School of Engineering.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. So go ahead and tell me a bit about yourself. I know you're the assistant coach. Is this your first year here at AU?
This is my first year at AU. I went to a small liberal arts college in Pennsylvania called Dickinson. I went there got my 7th grade certification teaching there. And then the semester after I graduated, I volunteered as a coach at Dickinson, and then from that was hired here, and this is my first full year here. I've been here since the beginning of the cross-country season.
Okay, that's great. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what the biggest difference is between an indoor track season and an outdoor track season?
Well, it's right there. It's right there in the name: indoors and outdoors. You compete
Yeah.
indoors, you compete outdoors. For a distance runner, that's the events where I specialize, distance, but I'm involved with everybody. For a distance runner, it's a little bit of a misnomer because we try to get those athletes outside as often as we can, get them off the hard surfaces, get them off the tight turns. For a sprinter, a jumper, a thrower, pole vaulter, hurdler, every event but distance running, the biggest difference will be working out outside, working out inside. We're hoping for some warm temperatures, theoretically, eventually, if winter ever ends. But that's the biggest difference, that you'll be working out on an outdoor track and competing on an outdoor track versus competing on an indoor track.
Okay, so why don't you tell me what are some of the greatest strengths AU's track team has right now? Like, are they stronger indoor, outdoor?
Well, I think I don't want to say one team is strong. Will be stronger indoor or outdoor. I think we're going to win the conference in both. A big goal for this Coach Chapman is, as all the successes we've had and so many accolades that we've won, we've never won a men's outdoor conference meet. So big goal for us this May is to win that outdoor conference meet for the men. In terms of our biggest strength, I'm going to kind of flip the question a little bit and say, rather than say like what event group is our biggest strength or what area is our biggest strength, I think our biggest strength is our culture and our passion. You can go to a track meet and it'll be totally dead and boring. I don't know, have you ever been to a track meet before?
I did track for about a week in high school, and then I quit because it was very boring to me. So.
And I think people will say, oh, track is boring. It can be people running in circles. But the reason that the people who stay with it is because when you get a layer below, it's the most exciting sport there is. There's human drama right there. The story of what's happening is written right on people's faces. And because of the nature of the layout of the sport, you're not constricted to this field. It's a track, and then the fans can be right there, a foot from the track. You have this opportunity to be really passionate in supporting your teammates, and our team is extremely good about providing that support for each other. And I mean, the conference meet was just hour after hour of high energy, and it can get exhausting after an 8-hour day. And then you get on the bus ride, and you're a coach, and you ride in the front seat, and you turn around, and everyone is sleeping. It's like, well, that's some hard-earned sleep, because for 8 hours they spent it competing and also supporting their teammates. So, to answer your question, I really think our biggest strength is our culture and our passion.
All right, well, I know AU is always about supporting their athletes. What are some of the next meets that are coming up so that we can go out there and make sure we're behind you the whole time?
Well, the next meet we will be having is at the College of DuPage a week from this Saturday. And then probably the closest meet that we'll be having in the next few weeks will be at Wheaton College the week after that. But our conference championship in the first weekend of May, which is, I believe, when do you graduate? When is graduation?
Graduation for the seniors is May 4th, I want to say.
So it's 2 days before graduation at Benedictine University. It will be the conference championship in May.
Okay, well, I'll make sure to head out there. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Dennis. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks.
And so, for the rest of the season, good luck, like I said. And now we're going to throw it back over to Jessica and Pietro for our event calendar roundup.
Thanks, Christina, and good luck to the track and field team. Now, before we go, we're going to give you a rundown of all the exciting things coming up here at AU.
Throughout this week, there is a fundraiser for the March of Dimes in the Dunham Atrium and the cafeteria.
This coming Thursday is one of the Musical Theater Department's third Thursday concerts featuring gypsy jazz music.
Also, on Thursday, there's a bedtime story session with the athletic director, John Hamad.
Some sporting events to look out for are men's lacrosse, which plays the 19th and the 22nd, and women's lacrosse playing on the 20th.
The men's tennis season has also started, and they have matches on the 20th and 22nd. Lastly, softball plays a doubleheader on the 20th.
That's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us here on AU in View. We'll see you next time.